What was that?
Lay down your weapon, it's only me.
Sure as death, Joe Cruikshank. I thought it was the redcoats. It's all quiet.
All's quiet. The whole countryside lies as still as salt.
Aye, grand, well. It's a cold night, eh? Back to the fire.
Chittering night. We need no fear the redcoats coming this night.
Billy. You first.
Aye. Rob, if I had been a redcoat, what would you have done?
Brains you.
My goodness me, Rob Dow. For a religious man, you're a fierce character.
Are you saying that I'm not a religious man? Oh, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, Ruth.
Well, what's that?
I promised him that when the fury was on me, I would repeat these names. And then he said, my passion would have passed away. Joe, I'm ashamed of myself.
He speaks cockfighting. It's my watch it ended. Wake up, Snicky. Thomas, wake up. Huh? It's all quiet? Oh, it's quiet. We've no fear of the redcoats coming this night.
What's Rob Dow?
Rob Dow. The body swearer there was, and now no so much as one only damn in him.
Joe Cruikshank swear not at all. You watching the lights of the town go out?
I wasn't watching the lights of the town go out. I was watching one light that wouldn't go out for hours yet.
Aye, the red light. That's Mr. Dishart's window. There he sits, studying far into the night. A beacon. Yes, a shining light to us all.
A beacon? Aye, it's well said.
There amazes me. The little minister, that insignificant man, hasn't been in Thrums a month. Yet look what he's made of Rob Dow. Roaring, cussing, drunken Rob Dow.
Eh?
How did he manage it, Rob?
Well, I'll tell you. It was in the first day that he preached here. And I was in the kirk, making sport of him. When all at once he flung out his arms to me like this. Come forward, says he sternly. And when I wouldn't budge, the little crater louped out of the pulpit and gripped me by the neck. Thou hulking man of sin, he roars, as if it were the day of judgment. Sit down and listen to me, or I'll run you out of the house of God. Then he shook me like a rat. Oh, man, it was grand.
Ever since that day, Rob Dow has been as one born again.
He has, aye, he has.
Aye, but I still hate to get a grip on myself when the craving for drink comes on me. Send your little laddie. Send little Micah to me, says he, at any hour of the day or night, and I will come to you straight and sit with you the long night through. And by God, he's kept his word.
The light's out.
That's what that red light means to me now.
And to all of us. For it means that no temptation there is of the earthly will draw Gavin Dishart from his heavenly study.
The light's out!
Gosh, Thomas, what think you just this mean?
It only means he's been called away on some errand of mercy.
Oh, didn't he be so sure? I mean, what would you say if it meant he had gone out to meet the temptation that is of the earthly? Does that mean a woman, Thomas?
Peace, thou blasphemer!
You leering mole-catching son of a...
Genesis, Exodus, Joshua!
I say to thee also, Rob Dow, peace. Make not an idol of any man.
Or you make an idol of him yourself.
Aye, it's true.
How can he help it?
Aye, aye, lads. You've a terrible faith in him, but it doesn't stop me afraid deceiving him. What would he say, think you, if he kent that night after night, when his window is a beacon, yea, a shining light to you all, you're up here breaking the law?
Man's law.
Man's law?
Aye, I'm ready to break men's heads. This is a simple looking horn. But what if he kent that 3 blasts on this is to be a signal to the town that the redcoats are coming? Some night, you'll see that sleeping town waking into life, and his holy congregation gathering to defy the soldiers of the king.
Aye, to defy them.
Aye, and what would he say to that, you religious critters?
Whisht! Quick, is it the redcoats? Here, quick, Joe, the horn!
No, it's Mr. Dishart.
The minister!
No, you'll catch it, Thomas.
Down with the horn! Hide your weapons. What's the minister doing here at this time of the night?
Oh, if he prays, we're done for.
Thomas Hammond!
All of you.
What are you doing here at this hour?
We just standed up, Mr. Disher, to have a look at, What is it, strangers come up here to gape in?
The view?
Aye, the view. We saw your light go out, sir. Have you come here to look at...
No. No, I've not come up here to look at the view. My light went out when I heard that certain members of my congregation were in the woods. Armed and for an illegal purpose.
I wonder, could that be James Mealmaker and Ecky Carr? You mind we saw them in the wood, Rob?
Aye, with that. Even you, Rob Dow. Oh, even Dow. You're liars all. And now stand forward. The truth now.
This, then, is the truth. You must have heard of the riot that took place before you came to Thrums. The manufacturer suddenly lowered the price of the web, and what did that mean to a town of weavers? It meant starvation.
No, I had sad proof of it.
What was it likely we were to sit dumb under it? We rose against them.
Aye, we made a bonfire of their doors and their windows.
The constables with glams came crawling into the town. Lord Rintoul was with them. Do you ken what I mean?
Well, I know he has a great castle a few miles away from here, but that is all I know. Is he a Scot?
No, he's just English. Oh. The man's hardly ever here. His hame's in England, but happening to be here the now and mix himself up in our affairs. He came into the town to read the Riot Act because he's our Baron Bailey. But he got no further than George, by the grace of God, King of England, when a clod of earth drove the Riot Act down his throat. You're a good shot, Rob. As to what happened after that, we'd better no tell.
I'll tell. No, I won't.
I will. They'd brought a cart with them to carry the ringleaders back to Glams, tied hand and foot. But we filled it with constables tied hand and foot instead, and carted them back to within a mile of Glams, where we tumbled them into a field.
There's the religious man that drove the car.
Is it likely, Mr. Dishart, they'll let them go unpunished? No. Rintoul, we ken, is greedy for revenge. And what's more, Captain Halliwell at the Glams barracks is hand and glove with him, for he wants to marry Rintoul's daughter, the Lady Barbara.
That's the reason.
Now, we have sure word that when next the constables come, Halliwell and his red coats will come with them. And that's what we're watching for here, night after night.
You mean that you would resist trained soldiers?
No. We would just rouse the town so that the men wanted may slip quietly out of it. That way we'd prevent resistance, you see. So we're really here in the cause of law and order.
Aye, so we are.
The children, all of you. You children, all of you. Do you not see, for everyone wanted now, there'll be a score brought to justice presently. Our way home, every one of you. Now, Thomas Whammond, you're my chief elder. Lead the way.
No.
Rob Dow, are you the man that I was so proud of?
Mr. Dishart, it's much you expect and we do it. But dinna forget this. The more you expect of us, the more shall we expect of you. Mind that.
What him, man?
Are you angry with my father?
No, Micah, no, I'm not angry with him, but he must not fight, you know.
He's not been drunk for 3 weeks. That's some father.
Ah, you poor boy.
Ah, you're pitying him. It's no wonder.
No, Rob, I'm not pitying Micah. I was half wishing, Micah, that I could be a boy again, like you. Do you know, I used to play at marbles.
You?
There's a devil in all of us. I used to draw comic pictures in my school books, too. You see, I'm afraid I like to be thought funny. But that's all over now, Rob. Cares of a congregation soon take the nonsense out of one. I suppose it's as well.
Ah, it's a shame. But we're a hard door set for a man of 21 to be taken care of.
Well, you had and you do it, perhaps, but you're so needy you're hanging on by the teeth. Now, when I see you on a Sabbath in your poor worn blacks, that to the grand world might be an object of mirth, but that I know to be possible to you only because of your struggle to enter God's house respectably, then, well, I love my congregation, Rob. Men's battered old lum hats are so hard to come by. We take on our radios. And they're about the best thing I know.
Minister,
Yes.
I wish I saw you married.
Oh, Rob would have me.
But there's not a lady in the country that wouldn't be proud to be Mistress Gavin Dishart. Has any woman ever refused you? No, I'd just like to see her try.
So would I.
Well, I must take both of you with me when I go a-wooing.
But the whole congregation would like to go with you. Oh, that's another shame. You see, you're never left in peace, and I'm just as bad as the rest. Now, come away, Micah. Good night to you, Mr. Dishart.
Good night, Rob. What's that?
Someone was singing the road. A gypsy, most likely.
What, at this hour? Micah, that's your father calling you. Run away home now. Woman! Woman, stand forward! Woman! Woman, come back here! Oh! Woman, come back here! Woman! Oh, Genesis!
Hey, are you a Thrums man? Quick, before the minister gets back.
You behears it's her little ladyship.
No, I'm a gypsy.
Oh, one a day, how can you? You're Lord Rintoul's daughter, the Lady Barbara. And in Egyptian clothes. Your ladyship, does your father ken of this?
How did you know me? I was never in Thrums before.
I'm the only man here that ever saw you. I was more catching at Rintoul at the time.
Well, don't tell anyone.
But maybe my solemn duty.
What? And I've done it to save you. To let Thrums know that the soldiers are coming here tonight.
Tonight?
Yes, I heard Captain Halliwell and my father discussing it.
You came here to warn us?
To save the poor weavers. Look, we can't get into the town now because the soldiers are between us and it. And this is what they're to do. They're to surround the town quietly before the constables march into it. Now, how far is it from here to the nearest houses of the town?
Not a minute.
A minute? And yet we can't reach them. Quick, is there no way of alarming the people?
Oh, the horn. We were to blow in the horn and we saw the red coats.
Then blow. Go on, blow.
Oh, can he, your ladyship? I mean, if I were to blow, it might give the town a chance. But the red coats would come back and nab me. No, I'm off.
Oh, where to?
Oh, out to this countryside. I mean, I'm a single man, and whenever there's moles to catch, that's him to me.
You would run away?
Aye, and quick. But I'll keep your secret, for you've done a glorious thing this night. You've saved Joe Crookshanks.
Coward! Coward!
Woman, how dared you mock me? Now, what's your name?
Babby. Babby.
Oh, Babby. Babby what?
It's just Babby. I'm not married yet.
Oh, take care and stand up. Now, uncover your face.
Oh, I don't know. It's so ugly.
Now, what difference, think you, does that make to a minister?
I'm glad you like it.
I never said I liked it.
But what difference does it make to a minister?
Oh! Oh, now I have sworn to drive all gypsies from these parts because the town is hot against a man with reason. And now be gone to your associates and tell them that from me.
I'd like to, but I can't. I've lost my way. I was out telling fortunes. Oh, can I tell you fortune, pretty gentleman?
Certainly not.
Oh, he's angry again.
Oh, now come. Oh, you really are an odd girl. Now, don't cry. Are you crying?
When you speak to me so kindly, I could never kiss you.
What did you say?
I said, oh!
Ah! No!
If only I could blow on the horn.
What horn? What?
Well, you see, it's this horn.
Where?
Over here.
Where? Whoa!
You see, here.
What?
Oh. I lose my way so often that they gave me this horn so as I could blow on it and they could hear and come for me, but I cannot blow it.
What? Do you think your friend friends in this part of the woods?
I ken my father is, and my sweetheart, but they little think that I am here.
Well, I shall blow it for you then.
Could you?
Could I? Could just give that to me, could I? There.
It was grandly done.
I wonder if they heard.
I wonder. I didn't suppose you could blow louder. It takes a strong man to blow a lusty blast.
I'm a strong man. Now then. Yeah, they must have heard that.
Again.
Oh, no, that really must suffice.
I see the blowing tires you.
Tires me? Ha! Tires me? Tires me? No. It's the town drum. At this hour, that's very odd. I don't understand it. The crowds of people gathering in the street. What can it mean?
It means that the tune is rising again the sodges.
The soldiers? What soldiers? There are no soldiers.
The wood is full of them. Do you hear? There's a chance for the weavers yet, though. Now the alarm has been sounded.
The alarm? After I forbade it, who sounded the alarm?
You did?
Yes, well.
On the horn.
What, me?
We must go now, too, to help them.
Horn? What? Oh, no. Oh.
Well, Halliwell, who blew that horn and alarmed the town?
Now we shall soon know, Rintoul. Be calm. I shall get your pretty weavers.
But you said that your men saw that minister fellow order the watchers to their homes.
Yes, and then I delayed the advance to give them time to get to their beds.
Well, it's a blunder.
It was the wish of the constables. Now, they said if they could get into the town unseen, they knew where to lay their hands on every man they wanted. So we were lying in the wood, waiting quietly, when suddenly this horn blows 3 times. In a moment, the town's in an uproar. Don't be flurried. Now we shall have some fun.
But if we should fail again...
Fail again, my dear Rintoul. I am with you this time, and my men are already a hoop of steel around the town. We have your weavers, sir. Just as I told Lady Barbara we should have them. Only shall we hear now. See how neatly I'm doing this. It's too easy, you know. It's like shooting rabbits.
Silence! Silence! Silence, I say! And your minister do not know me! Oh, shame on all those who do offer violence in this way! Now, what can you hope to gain by defying the soldiers of your lawful king? Now, throw down your weapons! Throw down your weapons! Oh, you're little better than children in your thoughtlessness!
Children, he calls you! Children! Is it the work of children to protect your homes and your livelihoods? No, it is the work of men, yes, men, I say. What, will you allow them to take you unprotesting from your beds? Escape whilst there is yet time.
Oh!
If your little minister will not lead you, then a woman must. Take up your arms, my lads, and follow me.
Oh, you fools, come back here! Come back here!
Oh, Sam, didn't take my father a walk. Wasn't it him that drove the cart? It was me. I'm little, but I'm terrible bad.
Who blew that horn, boy?
You quick, tell us.
I think it was a woman, an Egyptian.
A woman again? What a town of Amazons.
Well, can it be the same woman?
I hope so. I shall introduce you to her presently. Her name?
I didn't ken. Nip the thumbs I was sorry for.
That's odd. Joan of Arc, I expect.
Mr. Dishart, the minister, tried to chase her out of the woods, but she'd come back.
How very sociable of her.
They can't resist the red coat print all. Oh, there it is. Well, you're all charming people, I'm sure, but I can do nothing for you. No, I'm
Our
sorry.
menfolk will be killed.
Well, I'm sorry. Ladies, you're...
That woman's egging them on to fight.
What's that? A woman?
Hi, an Egyptian.
An Egyptian. Now, what's she like?
She's red hair.
a red-headed gypsy.
Oh, there are a lot of them. Would you know her if you saw her again?
Brawley.
Ah, yes. They would know her or not know her. That's Brawley, Hannibal. Oh, that's something to the good. Can you describe her clothes?
Oh, a wheel Ford, Custy, per drink and fell order.
My God, it's a great country.
Yes. Well, whatever she's like, I promise you in Tool she shall be on the local jail before the night is out.
Yes, yes. Jail for the hussy.
Mr. Dishers. Oh, Mr. Dishers. Mr. Dishers. This is the captain.
Oh.
That's Rentoul, plead with him.
Lord and True, please, I beg of you, these
No, it's
poor people...
impossible, I'm afraid. But we thank you, Mr. Disher, for the services that you rendered us tonight. First, in ordering the men who were watching here to their homes, for we saw you. And, again, as we just learned, for trying to drive away this gypsy wench.
Yes, at least it was not your fault that the warning horn was sounded. I thank you, sir. Okay. Ah, Davidson, yes. Have the constables got their prisoners? Yes, speak freely before Mr. Dishart. He is our friend. Yes. Well? Yes.
I'm afraid it's all up, Captain, for tonight.
What do you mean?
The men the constables were after broke through our ranks and have made for the woods. It would be impossible to find them tonight.
They broke through a line of drawn swords.
Our orders were to threaten with our swords, but to use only the butt end of our muskets if they came to close quarters.
They could not know that?
They did know it. A woman told them.
A woman?
Was it a gypsy?
Yes.
Damnation!
Oh, Halliwell, Halliwell. You have the weavers served. You'll be the laughing stock of the country tomorrow.
You failed yourself before.
But at least I wasn't foiled by a woman.
Davidson, this gypsy.
Isn't that part of the wood over there? We chased her into it.
Then she shall not escape us. Now bring up every man on this side. They're no longer needed here. We shall hem her in.
The wood is full of women looking for their menfolk. What are we to do with them?
Let not one pass till we have caught the gypsy.
Yes, sir. You two, search those clumps of gorse over there. Into them, into them. The rest of you, up the bank. Beat the bushes on both sides and see that she doesn't break over. After her, after her.
Oh, you! No! What? No, let go. No, please. Let go of me. Let go of my arm.
Shh! Back through the clearing. Who goes there? Oh. It's you, Mr. Dishart. And...
Introduce me, my dear. Ah, Sergeant. You may chide me for venturing here, but where should a woman be on such a night save by her husband's side?
Oh, it is Mrs. Dishart. My service to you, ma'am.
Sergeant, I really must inform
Oh,
you.
yes, love. About the woman in the gypsy dress.
Saw her?
Yes.
Which way?
Oh, she came stealing out that way, and then she ran back in that direction. She was a wild, disheveled creature.
That's her. She's doubled. After her. I must follow them if you and your good lady would excuse me, sir.
Sergeant, please.
Darling, let us go home.
Darling?
Yes, love?
What? No, Sergeant.
Had you anything to say, sir?
Have you?
No.
Then good night, Mrs. Dishart. My service to you, sir. No. Back this way. Go back as hard as you can. Follow me.
You said you were my wife.
Well, you didn't contradict me.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
How should I know? I wish now I'd said I was your mother. Oh, forgive me. You've saved me after the way I think you're a very nice man.
Oh, no. No, I had nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. Yes, I did, and I'm the minister.
Well, you can't help that.
No. How did you know swords would not be used, Oh, yes, now I see it. That sweetheart you spoke of, I thought he was a gypsy, but he's a soldier, isn't he? It was he who told you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is a soldier, and it was he who told me.
But your voice and your clothes. I mean, just now you spoke as broadly as any woman in my congregation. All of a sudden, a cloak and a bonnet convert you into a fine lady. Now, who are you?
Perhaps it is just the cloak that has bewitched me. Aye, ma certie, what a differ a bonny cloak makes to a lassie.
Where did you get those things?
From a cottage by the manse.
From Nanny Webster's cottage. You stole them.
She lent them to me in her absence. I shall take them back to her.
When?
Someday next week.
Someday next week. Next week? You presume to tell me that?
Well, you asked.
Oh, have you no respect for law and order?
No, I'm afraid I haven't. You poor, ill-used minister. Don't be afraid of yourself. If your awful conduct this night is discovered, I promise I shall give myself up, and then no blame can attach to you.
No, you must not do that. I would mean prison for you. You must promise me faithfully not to do that.
And let you take the brunt. Never.
Oh, do as you're ordered, woman. No, really, this must end. I mean, there are no soldiers now in this part of the woods, so your way is clear. Now, go.
Aren't you going to say goodbye?
No, just go. I hope never to see your face again.
I can't help you not liking my face. Don't you like me?
Can a man like a woman against his will?
Of course he can. That is the very nicest way of being liked.
Oh. That soldier, your sweetheart, I don't like him. Are you to be married to him?
Yes.
Oh.
Unless I can find someone I like better.
Lift it if you dare.
Was that anybody?
It's only me.
Who are you? Who are you?
Nanny, I am your cloak and bonnet. Come back.
The Lord be thanked.
You didn't think I meant to keep them.
It was a terrible temptation for an Egyptian lassie. friendlier to the strings. I'm thinking you dinna wear a bonnet like that every day.
Nanny, it was splendid to feel that I was in the fashion for once in my life.
I believe you. Aye, it's grand to be in the fashion. The most blessed thing I can think of is to be sitting reverent in the kirk and to be in the fashion at the same time. What's this? It's tea. Did you bring this to me? Oh, you good critter. But was it honestly come by?
Nanny, of course it was.
Turn round 3 times, hold up your hand, and then say, I swear.
I swear.
Boys. Good morning.
It's him. It's the minister.
Oh, what's to be done?
Keep still. Work the loom and then he'll think we didn't hear him. Was that a knock on the door? It's Mr. Dishart.
May I come in?
Oh, my, this is a surprise.
Busy as usual, Mrs. Webster.
Mrs. Webster, he calls me, as if I was a lady with a brass knocker on her door. I like it fine. And may I come in, he says. As if anybody would keep him out, eh?
You're alone. I thought I heard talking. Oh.
Lassie, Lassie, come forward and pay your respects to the minister. A cheer, Mr. Dishart.
Oh, thank you.
It's the Egyptian. She's brought me back my things.
Oh, well, I'm glad she's had that honesty.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Every day this week has Mr. Dishart been here to see if you've brought back my things.
What an interest you must have in Nanny, Mr. Dishart.
Aye, it makes me a proud woman. They call me the peacock nowadays.
It's no wonder. Oh, dear. What is the right thing to say to a minister? Should we ask him to drink a dish of tea with us?
We couldn't presume.
Oh, I should like it, Mrs. Webster.
There!
You sit down to your tea in this house. Eh, the honour. Lassie, the cloth's in the dresser. Eh, the jealousy this'll cause in Thrums. Mice and grosses will take to her bed.
I should like to help.
Nah, Lord preserves, no. Do you think the ministers, to drink out of my second best cups, they do fine for you and me? But I'll let you see what he's to drink out of.
Ah, don't be angry. After all, I have saved you weavers, for no further action is to be taken against them. Did you know that?
It has been officially announced, but you're not included. Have you not heard that Lord Rintoul has issued a warrant for your apprehension?
Yes, I know. Isn't it a darling of a warrant?
What? Oh, have you absolutely no...
No, absolutely.
Why do you make fun of me?
Because you're such a boy.
Boy? The congregation don't think me a boy.
They don't know you as well as I do.
Do you think you know me well? Oh. I wish I understood you.
Don't you?
Well, sometimes I think I do, and then I don't. The strange thing is that when you annoy me...
And then you get so angry.
Well, I pretend to be angry, but... Well, let the truth be told, I believe I like it all the time. There. You see, you say you know me, but you didn't know that, did you? Hmm? Did you?
I'm not quite sure.
This is what Mr. Dishart's to drink out of. This is your chair, Mr. Dishart.
Oh.
Shall I sit here?
Keep us, the lassie thinks her and me's to sit down with a minister, you ignorant critter, for just to stand and serve him. And when he's risen, we'll sit down.
Delightful. Nanny, you shall pour his tea, and I shall hold his plate.
Oh, now sit down, both of you. I command it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Webster. Your scones are delicious, Mrs. Webster.
Hey, do you hear what he says? That they're my own baking. He said delicious. It was his very word.
I am enjoying my tea immensely.
Oh, the glory. Aye, and he might have been drinking tea at Rentoul Castle with her ladyship herself.
No.
Well, him and Lord Rentoul is friends now.
Fred?
Well, the fact is I've had a letter from Lord Rentoul thanking me for the help I gave the soldiers the other night.
The help? Oh, I see.
And inviting him to call at the castle.
How kind.
Oh, the whole town's ringing with it.
He is most cordial. Most cordial. I am visiting almost daily on the estate just now because two of my congregation who are tenants there are ill. Oh. And Lord Rentoul has requested his daughter to meet me at these houses and to assist me in my work. Yes, in whatever way I think best.
And this is in return for your help on the night of the riot?
Yes. Yes.
What is her little ladyship like?
Aye, what she likes her.
I don't know. I've never set eyes on her.
Disobeying her father, the naughty thing.
Oh, no. She does visit these poor people, and to do her justice, she's very kind to them. It's just that she seems to avoid going near them when I'm there.
The impudence.
Oh, no. She has more important people to be nice to, Mrs. Webster. I have heard that she and Captain Halliwell... Well, she lives chiefly in England, has never even been to Thrum, so how can we expect her to take an interest in its minister?
Oh, no.
I've heard a droll thing about her. They say she's a French servant woman. There's nothing to do except wait on her alone.
No.
Oh, no, it is quite possible. They're called ladies' maids.
What a lot you know, sir.
It's said that she dresses her ladyship and undresses her like an infant and brushes her hair. It's even said that she washes
Oh, excuse me, sir. It sounds so queer.
No, I can't help laughing myself. Small chance, you see, of the like of her drinking tea with the like of me.
What a lot these English ladies miss. Still, I suppose she's kept busy drinking tea with the captain.
Oh, yes, well, that's very likely.
Nanny, I've just realised why her little ladyship has no interest in Mr. Dishart. It's because he is a married man.
Oh, a married man? Mr. Dishart, she takes you for a married man.
Oh, is he not? I thought that lady you introduced to the Sodgers that night was your... Thank you. I hope I've not said anything unpleasant.
Him married? Why, every single lady in this countryside would jump at him like a bird at a berry. Aye, and it's the talk of the town that one of them's got him at last. Oh, we don't know again who she is yet, but we're doing our best to find out.
Yes, I'm sure of that.
What's the matter with the lassie?
Nothing. Is this true?
It's the first I've heard of it. So you have permission to tell the tale, Mrs. Webster?
You'll no be angry.
No.
It was about a week since. He come home with a flower in his coat, a thing he was never known to do till that night. It was a red rose.
A red rose?
Now, Mrs. Webster, I think... it would
You
very
gave
well-
her permission.
That is as may be, but I would still
You
rather...
said I could tell. For days, he kept it in a glass of water on his study table, and there he would sit, looking fond like at it.
Nonsense, it's not at all.
Jean saw you. That's the man's servant. She chanced to be near the door.
Oh, now I remember. I flung the thing out of the window. Yeah.
You did?
I did.
Aye, he did, as if it maddened him. Andrew Suter was sitting on the manse wall.
Oh, there you are, you see?
And then he ran out and picked it up again.
How could you know that?
Jemima Tosh was beaten through the gate.
Oh, it was her, was it? I swear to you, Mrs. Webster, I took so little care of that rose that I don't even know what became of it. There.
But I can.
Tell me.
Well, when the minister was out, Jean used to take favourite parties into the study to see the rose, and they gossiped about what the lady could be. Till Tibby Burse and Belle Dundas got so curious, they stole the rose. And now they're going the round of all the gentry's gardens trying to match it. So's to find out what she is. Oh, you've not finished, sir. You've eaten nothing.
Yes, I have, Mrs. Webster. Thank you very much. I've made a very good tea.
How's that, lassie's finished? You wanna tell me her name, Mr. Dishart?
No.
Aye.
I think I'd better be going. Aren't you going to say goodbye?
You should never have come.
Oh! Goodbye forever! Unless you apologize, I shall never speak to you again. Did you apologize?
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. I heard you. I forgive you, Mr. Gavin Dishart.
What? Oh, Barrie.
What?
But you. I mean, you're everything a woman ought not to be. As a minister, I despise you for your want of seriousness. You're no respecter of the proprieties. That humility in the presence of your superiors, which so well becomes a maiden, is totally and lamentably lacking in you. I mean, everything about you's wrong. I mean, your very hair infuriates me. But, as a wife, a wife? How can any sane man conceive as you as a wife?
You're not proposing to me, are you?
Oh, heaven forbid! But, well, why is it that...
Why is what?
Well, I don't know, but you and your hair and your eyes and everything. Oh, Barrie, I've never kissed a woman before.
Before what?
You're never serious?
Yes.
When?
When I think of how I'm going to end. I have read my future, Mr. Dishart, and it is not going to be a glorious one. I see him. I see my husband.
Oh, you won't care for him?
No, I don't believe I will.
Well, then why marry him?
Well, just for the fun of the thing. Haven't you seen that I do everything for fun? It tosses me in the air. I'm like a bubble one day, and I'll be out.
Barrie, a soldier is not the right man for you.
The right man for me. Oh, I see him.
Oh, well, tell me.
He is everything I am not, and nothing that I am.
Oh, yes.
He must be a man, and not a bubble.
No.
One who takes the world by the throat.
Yes. Well, all ministers do.
A man who, having once made up his mind, he stands to it in defiance of everyone.
Yes. That's Thomas Whammond.
If I love him, it's got to be because he has shown me what love is. If I have a soul, he's got to find it for me. He must compel me somehow to think. He must be my master.
Oh, your master? Yes. Well, baby, I'm that man.
I tell you, I could just see her just to catch a week. What was that? Hey, what was that? I can't she's here somewhere. I'll just get a grip here. I can just get a grip. What's that? What's Eugene?
What did you think it was, you Weatherman? What did you think it would be?
Nobody. I'm looking for nobody. I've seen nobody.
You're drunk again.
Aye, that's it. I'm just drunk. Is he still there? He hasn't left yet, has he? Now, tell me.
Jean? Oh, has Thomas Whammond come for the key of the cup?
No, not yet.
Now, Rob, you'll be coming to the prayer meeting, I hope.
Oh, yes, of course.
Very good.
Would you shame the Kirk by coming to the prayer meeting in your corduroys? I walk home and pit on your blacks.
I am not going to the meeting. I have other work to do. Oh, if she...
Oh, what are you talking about? Is that woman?
No, there's no woman, I tell you. I'm just drunk. Now, here's Thomas Whammond coming. If you tell him that I saw a woman here, I'll throttle you.
I've come for the key of the kirk, Jean.
Here it is. It's time I was putting on my blacks. Thomas, he's sitting there, studying to the last moment. At times, I'm near terrified he'll walk straight out of that window in a fit of sublime thought.
What are you prowling about here for?
Nothing. I've no reason.
You have a reason, and the reason's an Egyptian trollop. I ken what makes you haunt this garden.
You didn't mean...
I mean, I've been watching as well as you. I ken about a lovers' meeting in Nanny Webster's house. Aye, and about another since then that they came so early.
Oh, is that all?
Oh, is there more?
No, may I be struck down indeed if there is.
You're all in a tremble. What is?
Oh, no, nothing, that there's no more. I was going when you came.
Let's see you go. Let's see you go. Laddie, what's the matter with your father?
Nothing.
Nothing. Here, come along home.
Not me. Micah, have you seen a woman snooping about in the woods?
Is it her that's bewitched the minister?
Oh, speak low.
What's she like?
Oh, she's bony, but she's the devil.
Maybe she's the one I saw just now.
Where?
In the back end of the wood.
Oh, it's her again. Oh, get
Mother,
out.
come back! Come back! Finity, finity, fickety, fig. I did it all in zig. Lippy, Berkey, ravens croak into hell and let her smoke. Unity, finity, fickety, fig. I did it all in zig. Lippy, Berkey, ravens croak into hell and let her smoke. Unity, finity, fickety, fig. I did it all in zig. Lippy, Berkey, ravens
Hello, little Barrie. What are you doing?
Let her smoke. I was wishing. This is a wishing well. I was wishing the woman was in hell.
You are a dear boy. And what woman is that?
The one that sent my father to the drink again. He says she should be burnt for a witch.
Well, no doubt it would be a lovely end for her, but if he dislikes her so much, how can she have such a power over him?
Oh, it's not my father she's bewitched.
Who is it, then?
It's Mr. Dishart.
Well, why should that send your father to the drink?
Because my father's terrible fond of the minister, and the congregation ken about the woman. They'll turn against the minister, and they'll stone him with their thrones.
Stone him? Oh, but this is nonsense.
It's truth.
Why do you stare at me?
You.
What?
You're the woman.
Well, what makes you think that?
You're so bonny. Are you the woman?
I suppose I am the woman.
Oh, woman, will you no gang a war when my father's wild of the drink? I have to sleep in the field at night and it's terrible cold.
Oh, I expect it is.
I'll give you my rabbit if you gang a war. I'll give you them both.
No, you keep your rabbits, boy. I am gang a war. Is it really true that they could be such savages to him?
I swear to it. You'll leave the minister alone now, forever and ever.
Forever and ever.
That's the prayer meeting bell. He'll be out soon.
Will he?
Mr. Dishart.
Oh, good evening, Mrs. Webster.
Mr. Dishart. It's the Egyptian.
Has something happened?
Aye, in the woods. Rob Dow's got a grip on her. He's struck her.
Struck her?
Aye, he's taken it her in tool.
Tool? Oh, Nanny, they'll fling her into prison.
Aye, that's what he wants, so as to keep her from coming near you.
In the woods, you say?
Come back. Your prayer meeting. What will they say to this?
Extraordinary. Aye, it's strange.
What can have become of the minister?
He's no here.
I never kent the like of her afore.
And you'll never ken it occur again.
Oh, Thomas is looking awfully black and dour.
Yes, aye, yes.
Well, he needn't be. For the one thing we can be sure of is that nothing but duty of the highest order would keep Mr. Dishart frae the prayer meeting.
Oh, losh, aye. Oh, yes, yes. We have the completest confidence in him, but tis suspicious.
Aye, you may say so.
He's gone.
What's that in your hand, Thomas?
That's what he was writing up to the last minute, I'm thinking, for the ink's scarcely dry.
Aye, it'll be his Sabbath sermon. Now, what's his text, Thomas?
It's headed, "Her boy am I."
Her boy am I. Can you mind of that text?
I think it's in Ephesians.
How does he treat it, Thomas?
I would I were the favoured wind that fans her cheek so fair. Oh, let me be a thread to bind the glories of her hair.
Snicky, what think you?
Oh, man, it's really... Aye, it's nobly said. Aye.
But what does it mean?
Doesn't he care what it means, Thomas?
Do you?
Well, I don't exactly understand the meaning of it myself, but it's
Oh, maybe this is plainer. Oh, ask me not to count the cost my baby's arms to fly. The man who hesitates is lost, and so her boy am I.
Oh, lads, that's the true religion.
Does every line begin with a capital letter?
It does.
Then, in my opinion, it has nothing to do with sermons. It's poetry.
Oh, did you see that?
Also, in my opinion, it's about a woman.
Oh, keep so.
Might be the lady that gave him the rose.
So it will. She must be a terrible fine woman that will make a minister use such language. Thomas, you're looking dour.
And well I may, for I have a woeful duty to perform. Friends, Mr. Dishart is not the noble youth we thought him.
Have a care what you see.
The fine lady you're also curious about, I ken what she is. I saw her give him the rose. I saw him for London where in the wood. Aye, and I ken about secret meetings they've had since then. I ken was bewitched him and I've warned him. But he's hers, body and soul. She's the Egyptian.
Can you prove this?
I wish I couldn't.
You didn't say it.
Yes, I say it. We ken now who the ministers are war with. Silver, go back to the kirk.
Thomas, it's your duty to tell them. You're chief elder. I was fond of the young man, and I canna.
God give me strength to do my duty, for I love the lad even as my own son. Go back to the kirk, Willem. You will keep the prayer meeting at his place. Tell them nothing till I come. And then, if they have to be told, I'll tell them. You go on, look for him. Take the Prosen Road, and when you find him, bring him here to me. Lock that door. Bring the key to me. Gavin Dishart, if you cannot account for this night's work, never again shall you preach in that kirk. Never again shall you enter that man's door.
Come here, you... Dad! Dad! I'll get you! Yep.
Mr. Thwaites! Mr. Thwaites, what shall I do? His lordship, he said to me, where is Lady Barbara? I say she's in her room. He say, let her know that Captain Halliwell is here. I say, I go and I come. But all the time I know that Lady Barbara is nowhere.
Is she not in her room?
No, she anywhere in the house. She have gone, vanished away for hours.
That's queer.
It is the deuce.
I have heard talk of a secret passage out of the castle that they say was used during Jacobite days, but I never found it.
Perhaps she found it.
Well, the door is handy, huh?
Ah, you think so? But I said to myself, there may be ways. It all depends. If she have a lover, then there is always ways.
A lover? But surely she and Captain Halliwell...
No, she does not love Dick Halliwell. She never jumps at mention of his name.
Jump?
Mais oui, it is the proof. You said to me, William, I do not jump. You said to me, what is your name?
Samuel.
You said to me, Samuel, I do not jump. But there is the name Francois. Oh, it is long ago, and he is in France. France, and I am here among savages. Oh, he is married with much children, and he's grown very fat, but still at his name I jump. Well, not very much now, but a little jump to the sweet memory of love. Francois. Voila! But come, Mr. Thwaites, you must help me to find her.
Is that you, Felice?
Not if my lady does not wish it.
What do you want?
I thought, my lady, you might wish to dress. Unless you are already dressed.
Felice, I think I shall raise your wages.
Oh, you're very good, my lady. I did not see you enter.
Didn't you? Oh, Felice. I've just had the most dreadful adventure. There was a man.
A man, my lady?
Yes. I have just escaped from the clutches of a wild, ferocious man who was dragging me here.
Here, to your own home?
Well, he didn't know that. He nearly broke my arm. It's much worse than that. Oh, God! I've been such a fool.
What name shall I say?
Mr. Dishart.
Ah, the minister.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Do come this way.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
I will tell his lordship you're here, sir.
Thank you very much.
Quick, girl, tell me, is the gypsy here?
But what gypsy, sir? Some of the gypsies around here I know. There is Black Annie, Maisie, Barrie. Oh, sir.
His lordship will see you, sir, in a few minutes.
Oh, thank you. Please go away. Oh, why did you tell me?
You champ.
Oh, Barrie.
Why did you come here?
To save you, Barrie. Have no fear. I heard what Abdou had done, and I will compel them to set you free.
I'm so bitterly ashamed. I never dreamt until the boy and then the man. Well, I never imagined that I was placing you in danger. If you could forgive me.
Oh, forgive you? What have I to forgive you? You've brought me the great glory of my life.
Have I?
Yes.
No, I haven't. I mean, I mustn't.
If you would care for me.
Oh, I do. For the moment. I mean, I've never done anything all my days except for the moment. How can I be sure that I would be different in this?
Well, leave all to me.
How likely men ask women to leave all to them.
Well, Barrie is my wife.
Let me look at you. Would you really dare to marry a gypsy girl?
Dare?
But your congregation, those fierce men.
When I marry, it'll be to please myself. And if they object, well, I'll knock them about, as with a flail. Aye, even Thomas Whammond.
I love to listen to you.
And when they know you better, they'll see you with my eyes.
Oh, you would see me with theirs.
Oh, no, cast aside fear. Strange though it may be at first to be a minister's wife.
Yes, so much stranger than you think. Can you really see me as mistress of a manse?
I can see you as nothing else. And why should you be afraid with me to love you and to sustain you? I really ought to tell you, Barrie, that I am a man of some considerable means.
Are you?
My congregation make the sum up to £140 a year.
So much?
Well, I told them they were going too fast, but they would have it. Oh, Barrie, I shall buy you a silk dress. A black one with beads on it.
Oh.
Of course, you would have to wear shoes.
What? Every day?
As my wife, you see.
Oh, and stockings too.
Well, it's my position. But sometimes in the evening, not often, but sometimes, when we're alone together, you and I.
You and I?
Oh, yes. I mean my wife and I. I mean when we're really alone, when the shutters are on and the blinds are down and the servant has gone to bed.
Oh, Babby, you'll have a servant.
Oh, it's too much.
Oh, no, no, not at all. And when on such a night as I spoke of, Mrs. Dishart.
Mrs. Dishart?
Aye, Mrs. Dishart. She will slip quietly out of the drawing room, and her husband will pretend not to notice. And presently they'll come popping back into the drawing room, a barefooted girl in a gypsy frock. And her husband will pretend to be shocked, and he'll exclaim,
"Woman, stand forward."
Yes. And then he'll see her face, and he'll say, "Oh, my beloved," and then he'll take her in his arms. Well, you know how.
No, I don't know how.
Should I not have done that?
I wanted you to do it. I suppose I made you do it.
Oh, darling. Oh, what a word. Oh, I would have done it at any rate.
Oh, would you?
Yes, I would.
Well, you won't want to do it in another moment. I can't go on with this. We are of different worlds, and I couldn't face yours. I must tell you why. It's not because I'm a gypsy. It's my father.
Oh, I care not what he may have done, even if he were a criminal. I love you, that's enough.
A criminal? My poor father.
Oh, you're laughing again.
Oh, no, don't grudge me laughing. I'm going to tell you the truth now. Oh, dear, I'm going to hurt you, Gavin.
Oh, no, you couldn't hurt me because I love you. I love you, and that's enough. Oh!
What is it?
Oh, I've just remembered. My prayer meeting.
Mr. Dishart, my humblest apologies for keeping you waiting so long. You and Captain Halliwell know each other? Well, let me thank you again for the good services that you rendered us on that unfortunate occasion.
Yes, I thank you also, Mr. Dishart. Nothing came of it.
Well, one thing at all events has come of it, and I welcome most heartily Mr. Dishart to Rintoul.
Oh, you're very good. I hope Mrs. Dishart is well. She was very agitated that night, Sergeant Davidson told me. You may remember you introduced her to him in the wood.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Which reminds me, I've not yet called on her. I must ask my daughter to do so.
Oh, my lord, there's no necessity of...
No, it'd be a pleasure to her. We've been seeing a good deal of her lately, so she tells me. Well, I hope she's been of real service to you while you've been visiting my tenants, because I instructed her to give you every help in her power. And I may say that if she's made as favourable impression upon you as you have upon her, then I shall be vastly pleased.
Oh, thank you, my lord. I quite... Yes, thank you. Lord Rintoul, the kindness of your reception makes it the more desirable that I should acquaint you at once with my object in coming here. You see, it was not, I need hardly say, to talk of your daughter, however accomplished, but to plead with you, sir, and indeed with you too, sir, for another and less happy woman.
No, I confess I don't follow you.
Well, I mean the gypsies. You see, it has been admitted that no further action is going to be taken against the misguided weavers. Well, why not then show a similar clemency to her?
Well a day, Mr. Dishart. I've not been so taken aback since one of your weavers plugged my mouth with a divot.
Her intentions were the most generous.
If there was a divot.
Well, perhaps you...
No, I tell you, Mr. Dishart, decisively, this matter does not end until I have that accursed jade in jail.
Oh, you're pitiless.
Quite. So no more of it.
You must understand that Captain Halliwell has been sorely tried by this affair, Mr. Dishart.
There shall be more of it, sir. When I heard that a madman had seized her and was dragging her here for a purpose that you little understand, I ran after them to tear her from him. But I was too late. But I'm not too late to beg of you. And if that is useless, to insist that you set her free.
But the gypsy here.
Is it not foolishness to pretend to me that she's not here?
Excuse me, Rintoul. This seems to have become my affair. Suppose she is here, what then?
Suppose?
I admit that she's here. Now, what has that to do with you? What gives you the right to insist on her being released?
Oh, she's innocent of the charges brought against her. It was not she who prevented your arresting those weavers.
Indeed.
No, it was I.
What's that? Oh, come, Mr. Dishart, we know better. I mean, you forget that you were overheard denouncing the watchers as lawbreakers and ordering them into their homes.
We know also you were trying to chase the gypsy from the wood immediately before she blew that infernal horn.
It was not she who blew the horn, it was I. It was I who alarmed the town.
No, be careful. Now, come, you mustn't say things like that.
It's the truth, my lord.
Oh, no, oath,
Not my oath, sir.
You heard him, Rintoul?
Well, I'm not sure that I did.
Well, I'm prepared to repeat every word of it if necessary. I alone did it.
Well, we must accept that. No, it's certainly bad enough, but why tell us?
You were playing with us.
As you will, sir.
That is a heavy punishment, sir.
I'm prepared to meet it, sir.
May I ask you why you admit this to us?
So the innocent may be set at liberty. You may do as you choose with me.
This is rather awkward, Halliwell.
No, I don't see it in that light. I think it means simply the issue of another warrant for him.
Perhaps that means simply the issue of more divots for me.
I must say, Rintoul, I think I've managed this pretty neatly. Gad, sir, before you came here to make such a confession, you might have thought of Mrs. Dishart.
There is no Mrs. Dishart.
I don't know what you mean now. There is your wife.
I have no wife, sir.
No wife?
No, sir.
Well, who was... It was not the gypsy.
It was
So that explains how she slipped through our fingers.
Well, that does explain it, yeah.
Rintoul?
Oh, no, you have me. Now let the gypsy go.
Are you to let the gypsy go, Halliwell?
As you justly say, sir, we have you. Well, the cream of the situation is that you put yourself into our hands for nothing. You've surprised us, Mr. Dishart. We have also a surprise for you. Allow me to tell you that the gypsy is not here. She's not been arrested. We know where she is no more than yourself.
Now, this is idle, sir, because she's in that room.
In that room?
Yes, I know it.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Barrie! Barrie, I want you. Now, you know this gentleman? He insists there was a gypsy girl in your room.
I was quite alone, Father.
Yes, you hear that, Mr. Dishart?
Yes, I heard. I made a strange mistake.
Yes, we should all like to know how, sir.
I think I can explain, my lord. This gentleman was shown in here, and he asked me if a gypsy girl here. He seemed very excited, and I think a good jest to say yes. He say, where? I point to her ladyship's room and run away laughing.
Yes, that's what she told me.
Rintoul, I really must ask you to make out a warrant for this man's arrest.
What?
As I wonder.
Why? What has he done?
It was he who prevented my seizing those weavers. He blew the horn and alarmed the town. The woman he passed off as his wife was the gypsy. He did it all so that she might escape us. He's confessed it all.
Why?
Well, I drew it out of him. I pretended we'd caught the gypsy and he offered himself in her place. It was all done to save her.
Oh, I see.
So in a way it was a chivalrous thing to do, Halliwell.
Well, our duty is quite clear, the warrant.
If you insist.
No.
Oh, please don't be sorry for me, Lady Barbara. It seems a very little matter to me now.
The warrant?
No, Father, you shall not.
Why not?
Because this is the man I love, and he loves me, and I won't give him up. Oh, well, it appalled me too. I mean, it appalls me still. I know I may be mad. I mean, I know I am mad, but Mr. Dishart is the one man on earth to me, Father, and I will never marry any other.
It was you who invited him about the place, Rintoul. You flung them together.
Is what Lady Barbara says true?
She was all the world to me, sir.
Was?
Is. See, I cannot wonder at your anger, sir. It must seem monstrous to you that I should have raised my eyes to.
Oh, no. A minister is always looking upwards, is he not?
Well, you speak scornfully, sir, but I believe you have found the reason why I love her.
Oh, damnation. The warrant.
Consider your reputation before you sign. Do you want to become a laughingstock like Dick here?
I'll give you one last chance, sir. This will not be issued if I have your word that you will never approach my daughter again.
Oh, well, I make no bargains, sir. No. No, I decline. But I am a man of honor, I hope, and I would marry no man's daughter without his consent. You may be sure of that. Nor would she, I'm sure, marry anyone against your wish.
So she has repeatedly said. Well, I shall think it over.
Quite a family affair. And now, my reverend gentlemen, as it seems no immediate action is to be taken, I think you expressed a desire to go.
As for you, sir, you're natural and perturbed. But your breeks fit you beautifully.
By all that's infernal, he kissed you.
Yes, I rather thought he did, Father.
That man, is he to get off scot-free?
Oh, I'll see to him. I tell you, I'll make short shrift of him. Well, suppose we do arrest him. No, that would drag me into it. That woman, I wish to God she was his wife.
Yes, because then we could... Ye powers. Why did I not think of it before? Rintoul, what if she were his wife? And is? It's something better, 1,000 times better than the warrant, don't you see? He acknowledged this gypsy as his wife before witnesses. Sergeant Davidson and 2 of my men. Now, does not that constitute a marriage by the laws of Scotland?
What? Anyway, yes, there have been many such cases. And if the witnesses will swear to it, those 2 are man and wife, as much as though they'd been married in St. Paul's Cathedral by the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Yes, and they will swear to it. We have him
Yes,
now.
we have him now.
Father?
Not
Now, they've been married, Lady Barbara, for, let me see, 11 days.
No, after him, Halliwell. We mustn't keep the poor devil in ignorance.
Yes. With your permission, is what I propose to do. I'll send one of your servants on horseback to the barracks with orders to Davidson and the 2 witnesses to meet me at Dishott's house.
Agreed.
Father, you
No,
can't do
not
this.
words. Silence.
I can drive in from here and meet them there.
Right, off you go.
Yes. Excuse me. Dishott can be there as soon as he'll cross the river by the stepping stones. Now I shall have some news for both him and his weavers.
Yes, news. Look, I'll come with you, Halliwell. Oh, it's much better than this warrant.
Rather. Good evening, Barbara.
Good luck, Dick. He will be very broken, remember. You will be gentle with him, won't you?
Oh, certainly.
I mean, he was rather nice to you, you know, about your breeks.
No. None of your trying to get round me.
I don't know what to do.
There's nothing for you to do. You shall leave it all to us.
Quite sure that's the best plan. Leave it all to Father. He knows best.
Surely a daughter of mine can't go on caring for a man who's been playing with her.
No, he hasn't, Daddy. He loves me dearly. He only called that woman his wife to save her. It was mere kindness. Why shouldn't I love him still?
Kindness? Well, my dear, if you knew all I know.
Oh? How much do you know, Father?
Barrie, he kissed her that night in the wood.
No, he didn't.
My dear, I was there. You weren't.
You mean?
Well, I saw him do it.
Take care, Father. This is very important. If you say you saw...
Yes, I do say it.
Then I don't see why I shouldn't let things take their natural course.
Will you give him up?
Well, if he really is married to this gypsy, I won't interfere to save him.
Well, that's my true daughter.
At least I don't think I will. I'm not quite sure.
See, a man must take the consequences of his rash acts.
And so must the woman.
Yes, exactly. And if ever man brought his doom upon himself, he has done it.
His doom. Make way, Mr. Dishott, for your doom. It's irrevocable. Irrevocable is an awful word, Father. I mean, shouldn't we let him off?
No, none of that.
Well,
be brave.
Perhaps it's being rather hard on her.
But you'd have pity for her. I expect she's hungering for him.
Yes, I expect she is. Oh, I'm frightened, Father.
All this pother.
Father, are you sure you saw him kiss her in the wood?
Twice.
Oh, that decides it. Father, I shall have no mercy on him now.
That's my girl.
Do your duty, Father.
I will.
Oh, there is just one other thing. It's a little thing.
Yes, well.
Please, can I come with you?
Oh, no, that would be vindictive. No, I can't. No, besides, it'd be too painful to you.
No, I do feel I could stand it. Please, let me come.
No, you shall stay at home.
Well, I want to see his face when he hears his doom.
Well, it'll certainly be worth observing.
Then I may come.
No, you may not. No, I shall tell you all about it when I get back.
Oh. That won't be quite the same thing. Besides, I'm in a very excited state. If you leave me behind, I may do something monstrous. Don't you think that for the next few hours it would be wise not to let me out of your sight?
Yeah, perhaps there's more in that than you know. Well, after all, there's no particular reason against your coming. No, but remember, this is my affair and Halliwell's. I'll have no interference.
Oh, I won't say a word. I'll leave it all up to you.
All right, well, put on your cloak and bonnet and I'll be down in a minute.
I never meant to do it. Oh, Father! Why did you tell that fib about the kiss? Oh, think, Babby, think and draw back. Oh, Felice, have you been listening again?
Oh, my lady, you never did.
I don't want them, you know. I'm not going. A minister. I'm very fond of him. But there sure to be mothers' meetings. Oh, God, I can't do it. Perhaps he would rather not. No, it's irrevocable. I daren't do it. I can't. I shall tell Father the truth.
Oh, my lady.
Go away, Felice.
Oh, but my lady.
Please. Father, I will say, Father, I am the gypsy. Do you like me in this bonnet? I couldn't possibly do it. Or perhaps the other one goes better with the dress. Poor Father, pink is my colour. Oh, Gavin, Gavin, I love you so much. In a black dress, silk, with beads on it. My father, married to a gypsy. 11 days. Oh, Father!
Halliwell's got the dog.
I have something to say to you.
Yes, what is it, quickly?
I have something to say to you.
What is it? What is it?
It's this, Father. I'm quite ready.
That's the psalm finished. Thomas, they've been in the kirk an hour and a half. We can't keep them any longer. You said you'd tell them when the psalm was finished.
Willem will be offering up a prayer now. I'll tell them when the prayer's finished.
Oh, that's the 4th time you've said that. Thomas, you're as loath to tell them as we are ourselves.
Must be done.
Your face is hard. Your mind's made up. Before this night is out, he'll be without a home and without a kirk. And it's me that's brought this on him. If he hadn't run up with her, he'd be at the prayer meeting now. It's me that's done this to him. It's me.
Dinna break down. Bear no ill will, Rob, to an old man that has a hard duty to do this day.
I want you all to bear witness. From this day on, I've done with religion. I'd rather be playing cards in hell than singing psalms in heaven.
Oh, this is the end of it. And Mr. Dishett's so highly educated. That's the extraordinary thing. Because daft over a woman, and him so highly educated.
Her boy am I. Oh, what a sermon could be preached for that text.
There never was a man kenned more about women judged by his sermons.
How he exposed them.
Mary, Martha, Sarah, Ruth, Hagar. He made the very teeth of them rattle in their mouths. It fair made me ashamed of being a married man.
And how he warned the young men about being careful in their choice. For a religious woman is the only pearl of price, says he. And see to it that she comes from your own denomination, says he. And be not too hasty, but watch her in a home first, says he. For 'tis the good daughter that makes the good wife.
You'd have said he kent all about women as plain as though he'd wandered through them with a lighted candle.
And yet it has come to every son of Adam. For a while he thinks women to be the poor, miserable creatures we are ken them to be, till on a woeful day he sees one very like the others, and something inside him goes crack, whether he be highly educated or highly ignorant.
Thomas! Thomas! There's a queer piece of gossip being handed from mouth to mouth in the kirk.
Gossip in the kirk?
Oh, shame, shame. What is it? It's about him. The two women, Belle Dundas and Tibby Burse, that has been searching far and near to match the rose he was so fond of.
But they were no at the meeting.
The king creeping in a quarter of an hour since, near daft with triumph, for they found out that the rose only grows in the greenhouse of Rintoul.
Keeps her, she'd stolen it frae there.
Aye, undoubtedly. But that's not what they think in the kirk, where the news ran round as soft as if a mouse was carrying it. At the back pews, it was only that the rose had been plucked at Rintoul. Half a dozen pews down, they were whispering, had he got it for Lady Barbara? And as it came out, Bill McQuathy grips my hand and implores me to tell her, for the love of heaven, if it's true that the minister is away buying the ring.
Oh, midgeons, midgeons. Oh, Mr. Dishart married on a ladyship. What a glory to our kirk.
What a cause of jealousy to other kirks.
Thomas, this will only make them the more merciless when you tell them the truth.
That's so. He's doomed.
It's a beautiful day. Yes, indeed it is.
Your prayer meeting. I see you've been running, Mr. Dishart. That's no state for a minister's hat. And your hair.
Thomas Wyman, the key to the manse. Quick.
No. What have you been, Mr. Dishart?
Don't attempt to hector me, sir. The key.
We have no desire to hector you, Mr. Dishart. Our hearts are our heavy for that. But what kept you for the meeting?
You have a right to ask me, but I cannot tell you.
Mr. Dishart, we can all.
Aye, we can all. And the rest we can guess.
Say it wasn't the Egyptian woman and we'll believe you. But say that it was. And never again shall you cross the threshold of that manse.
Say it, Mr. Dishart. Look at my feather and say it.
I cannot see it.
Thomas, the congregation is waiting. Are you coming?
I'm coming.
You have to pass me first.
Oh, Rob, there must be no brawling here. Fall back.
I will not fall back. And there will be brawling. Oh, just let me break their heads just once, and I promise to be a religious man forevermore.
No, Rob, I forbid you.
Follow me.
The red coats, the red coats.
Coming here.
So soon. Don't be alarmed, they've not come for you.
I don't know what we've come for, Mr. Dishart. A servant from Rintoul came galloping into the barracks with orders from the captain to meet him here. I know no more.
He's no here.
He'll be here directly. His dog cart is on the way.
They have come for me.
Oh, hold me back.
Rob, no violence, Rob.
Hope I see you well, sir. My compliments to Mrs. Dishart.
To war? What did he say?
I see the carriage.
Ah, here's the captain now with Lord Rintoul.
What's that woman with him?
Ah, I see it's your good lady, Mr. Dishart.
Oh, this beats all. It's the Egyptian.
She's on her grand dressed for the Egyptian.
Dressed up to the nines, but it's her.
Aye, sir, they've catched her.
Ah, they've got her.
Ah, you're here, Davidson, that as well.
Ah.
Good evening, Mr. Dishart. Scarcely thought to see us again so soon, eh?
You've lost no time, sir, but I know what you're here for, and I'm ready.
Oh, he knows what we've come for, Rintoul.
I think not, Mr. Dishart.
You're here to arrest me, sir.
Arrest him?
Not at all.
Let's see you lay hand on our minister.
Aye, it'll be a bloody hard. Micah, bring me my pike, the one with the thick handle.
Stop! Now, you men, my dispute with you is ended. Let that be understood. But, allow me to put a question to you. If a man and woman resident in Scotland declare themselves married before witnesses, does that constitute a marriage?
What are you after? You ken it, does. Everybody kens that.
Aye. Oh, we had a case of the kind here, and the man tried to get out of it. Said it was only done for fun, but he couldn't. She had him. They were tied for life.
You hear that, Mr. Dishart?
You didn't mean that he would...
Him?
Mr. Dishart. Davidson, come forward.
Oh, no, stop. Please, Lord Rintoul, I see now what you're here for, but I beg of you, desist, because well, you don't know what you're doing.
Well, allow us to be the best judge of that. Davidson, what are your grounds for thinking that Mr. Dishart is a married man?
No, stop, please. Do you not see the object in all this?
People must take the consequences of their rash acts.
Does that satisfy you, sir? Answer me, Davidson.
On the night we came after the rioters, I met Mr. Dishart in the wood. The woman was with him.
They passed themselves off to me as man and wife. I'm sorry, Mr. Dishart, but I have two witnesses.
You corroborate the sergeant's evidence?
Yes, Captain.
Is that sufficient, sir?
It was the Egyptian.
Yes, he admitted it to me this evening.
This is a paper in which his confession, as made to both of us, is set forth and signed by myself and Captain Halliwell. Yes, we wrote it out in the dog cart. Shall I read it to you all?
It's no necessary.
All is over. It's far from my intention, Mr. Dishart, to crow over you, though you have tried my patience sorely.
We feel deeply for you.
But I am a magistrate, and there's no getting past this document. It is your marriage lines.
Your marriage lines, sir.
Sergeant. I'm sorry, Mr. Dishart, but I must stick to my words. You called that lady there your wife.
What's that?
I'm only saying, sir, that this is the woman. Is that not what you wanted me to say?
You're a fool, man. It's the gypsy that he married.
I'm begging your lordship's pardon, but I think you'll find that she is the gypsy.
You think we dinna ken her because she's grand dressed?
But that is my daughter.
Yes, sir.
His daughter?
Yes, I tell you, that is Lady Barbara Ewell.
Mr. Dishart, Barrie, tell them who you are.
I'm not quite sure, Father.
I think I can tell you who she is. That's Lady Barbara Dishart.
Was it you?
By the secret staircase. Do you remember? Well, I told you ought to have had that panel nailed up. You always said I took my sense of humour from you, Father. I wanted to save the weavers, and he thought I was a gypsy because I was wearing a gypsy dress, and he made love to me.
The minister?
Yes, you did. I was very angry.
Oh.
Yes, I was. So I went back just to show him that... Well, just to show him. And he thought I was a gypsy all the time. And so... well, it's all Dick's fault.
My fault? The captain's fault?
If it isn't your fault, I don't know whose it is. I won't have Father blame.
You...
Dinner! Boy!
Mr. Dishart, it cannot be that you're willing to take advantage of Lord Rintoul's infernal blunder.
My blunder, yours from beginning to end.
It matters little whether he's willing to take advantage of it or no. But I think I ken 4 simple old men that mean to do.
Good, simple old men. Aye, it's well said.
Rob Dow, that paper. Micah, send the congregation here.
Rintoul, I've been laughed at sufficiently about this gypsy. When this is known...
Always thinking of yourself.
My best plan, I think, will be to read this document to the congregation. The marriage lines, as it's been truly called. Unless... Unless your lordship was just to tell him that your daughter is, what's the word, engaged to be married to Mr. Dishart. Then we could have a second marriage at Rintoul. And none but ourselves standing solemnly here need ever ken about the first.
Rintoul, you must do it.
Must, sir?
Unless you do, I shall order my men to arrest the gypsy.
Sir?
My father?
Which is it to be?
Well, it'll all leak out in any case.
Which is it to be?
Fold out that paper.
Tell them to stop shoving, Thomas.
Stand back there.
Now, my lord. My friends. My daughter here and your minister have... Well, you know what young people are. And they have decided...
Are they to be married?
Yes, that's it.
And you're willing?
Lord Rintoul is delighted.
A ladyship? I'm to be a ladyship's servant? Sanders McCormack, are you there?
Aye, Jean.
Well, here's my answer now, Sanders. It's hopeless.
My daughter asks me to tell you that it was Captain Halliwell who brought this match about. So 3 cheers for Captain Halliwell. Hip, hip.
Hooray! Hooray!
Hip.
Hooray! Shut up!
I'm glad. Awfully glad.
I see it all now. You kent she was her ladyship all the time.
Oh.
Mr. Dishart, I'd like to give you your first marriage present, the key of the manse. I'm chief elder.
Oh, Father, I'm so sorry this has occurred. I do love him, Daddy. I really do. Only I love my dear, sweet, darling Daddy, too. What did you say, Daddy?
Mr. Dishart, may I go inside? Out of this girl's sight. Listen to them still cheering Halliwell.
Yeah. You had the best of it with Dick, at all events, Father.
Yes, didn't I? Minx. Do you understand the seriousness of it? If you're afraid, child, and he is generous, then perhaps you can leave him still.
I am afraid, Father. But I'm not as afraid as all that.
You afraid for yourself, Mr. Dishart?
No, sir.
She's an odd one, you know.
Yes, I know.
You do?
Yes, I do. You're both so confident. Yes, I wonder.
Barrie, my wife?
11 days.
Yes. Oh, I do like being married.
Yes, so do I. Oh, I mean to you, I mean.
Oh, yes, I mean that too.